Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now there's a story published in the Daily Nation explaining the reasons why Ruto wants Gachagua for DP. And according to that story, these are the reasons why Ruto might be eyeing Gachagua to be his running mate in 2022. So there is unwavering loyalty, deep pockets, and orator skills, and the ability to mobilize crowd has all but convinced Deputy President William Ruto to pick Mathira MP Regathe Gachagua as his running mate in his planned presidential run next year. Dr. Ruto's Saturday pronouncement of fronting Mr. Gachagua as a possible pick for his deputy came as a surprise to many. That's according to the story. You can go on to read the story on page 4. It explains more about that. And remember, this has come just at a time when Ruto was having his rally within Nyeri town, and even the Nyeri residents are the one who also pushed William Samoei Ruto that they would want Rigathe Gachagua to be his running mate. So there was kind of endorsement from William Samoei Ruto showing that he might go for Rigathe Gachagua as his possible running mate. Now, I want us to use this opportunity to check what value does the Mathira Member of Parliament Rigathe Gachagua add to William Samoei Ruto presidential candidature in 2022. But before we go deep into that, a quick reminder. You might be watching this channel, but you have not yet subscribed. So I'm requesting you to subscribe so that any other time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who drop comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. I'm also requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend our video to more viewers. Back to our discussion. Now, this newspaper has highlighted Rigathe Gachagua as a person with a deep pocket. Yes, that can be true because, of course, this was a DO. So he might be having deep pockets with the kind of business also he does. They talk about as a good orator. So Rigathe Gachagua has been viewed as a person who can easily move the crowd. We will look into that. Then they're talking about the ability to mobilize. So if you check on the issue to do with the orator, I can compare Rigathe Gachagua to Moses Kuria, the Gatundu East Member of Parliament. If you look at Moses Kuria, he can really attract the crowd, but mainly in the Mount Kenya region. There is a reason why Moses Kuria has been attracting crowd even before, especially in 2017. Same thing to Rigathe Gachagua. These guys have been good when you want to use them to abuse some individuals from other region in central Kenya. And especially someone like Raila Amolo Odinga. If you look when they wanted to demonize Raila Amolo Odinga, someone like Moses Kuria, who has characters almost like Rigathe Gachagua, they were the people who were used, people like Rigathe Gachagua, to paint Raila Amolo Odinga in bad moods with the people of Mount Kenya region. So if you talk about a good orator, then that is where Rigathe Gachagua plays well. So if you want to abuse Raila or another individual in Mount Kenya region, then the right person you should go for is Rigathe Gachagua. He knows how to do that. And even in the past video we were playing here, you heard how he was able to paint Raila Amolo Odinga. You heard from his speech. He called him even Mganga. He called him Kitandawili and all those names. He painted him as a bad person. So, from the past time, William Ruto has always wanted to have a continuation of such remarks on Raila Amolo Odinga because he's his main competitor, so that people will view Raila in bad mood within Mount Kenya region. And this could be one of the reasons why William Ruto can be attempted to choose Rigathe Gachagua as his running mate. But they have a problem, because those people who have been painting Raila in bad mood in Mount Kenya are now coming out openly And remember, they were doing it on behalf of President Uhuru Kenyatta. The Otimofo was also hired to do the same thing. Those people are now turning out to embrace Raila Amolo Odinga candidature. They are now coming out here to tell people that the way we were telling you that Raila Amolo Odinga ni mbaya, hakuna hiyo ubaya. And even it is clear. That's why you see someone like Rigathe Gachagua was having a hard time to tell people how bad is Raila. When you say he's bad, tell people how bad is he. So I think William Ruto can choose Rigathe Gachagua if he want to have a continuation of such narrative in Mount Kenya region. If people will buy into it, time will tell, but seemingly no one might buy into that kind of politics in 2022. The second question I ask myself is, what value does Rigathe Gachagua add to William Samoei Ruto candidature beyond Mount Kenya region? Yes, Rigathe can have a stake in Mount Kenya to bring to William Samoei Ruto or help William Ruto at least manage to have their vote. But what value does he bring to William Ruto outside Mount Kenya region? That's the big question. How is Rigathe Gachagua received in Western region? How is the larger Nyanza region receiving Rigathe Gachagua? What about Ukambani, when he was telling them that you people, you are only 2 million? That cannot add any value to president, so just join this other side. He told them openly like that. There was a time, and we did that video here. How does he approach people in Mombasa region, Coast region? There's a time when he gets there, even he's speaking Kikuyu. When he comes to Nairobi, he wants to speak in Kikuyu. And even when he gets to Nakuru, he wants to speak in Kikuyu. So definitely, he is only targeting on Kikuyu nation, but not other tribes. So for that reason, it is going to be very hard to add value to William Samoei Ruto candidature outside the Mount Kenya region. And a good running mate, number one, should help you to get vote from his or her own region. Then number two, she should be widely acceptable across the entire country. So that in that way, when you get out to campaign, sometimes you split into your campaigns, you go to different places, he will be well received and represent you very clearly, and again represent the face of Kenya. So if you look in Rigathe Gachagua, he doesn't represent the face of Kenya. He simply represents a section of Mount Kenya region in William Samoei Ruto camp. That is the truth. So in my own view, I feel that Rigathe Gachagua might not really help William Samoei Ruto, but instead, he will bring more injury to William Samoei Ruto candidature in 2022. Now, if you look at the DP Ruto, he has been painted as a man who is quickly tempered. He has a high temper. Number two, he is an unforgiving man. Then number three, he manifests in hired or fake crowd. All of these characters are with the Rigathe Gachagua. Rigathe Gachagua, when they get to Mount Kenya region, look at the crowd that is given to William Ruto. These people, they mainly get into market centers during market days. So every time you will have people in that area. Number two, they are fetching people with buses. We have seen motorbikes, riders are being used, and even the taxi. So these are the kind of people he has been mobilizing for William Ruto. See that character. So what it means, definitely, these people, all of them, they are thriving in a hired crowd. Definitely, they don't have what we call organic crowd that you can rely on to turn into votes. So the biggest problem they all have is how to turn those huge crowd into votes. Then if you talk about temper, look at Rigathe Gachagua when he's lecturing other people. You can see the man is highly temperament. That's the same character with William Ruto. So he was to be a different person with different character so that he brings value to what William Samoei Ruto's side is lacking. Unfortunately, they are of the same character. So in that way, there's no any better value that he is adding to the candidature of William Ruto. Najua Ruto alikuwa anahitaji kuwa na mtu kama Kalonzo Musyoka, someone who is sober and can manage things. Someone like, let's say, Musalia Mudavadi, someone like that one. Hata Gideon Moi, though wanatoka from the same area. Those are the kind of characters he might need in his side. But Rigathe Gachagua na yeye wanafanana. So no one might bring value to the other person. And lastly, which might be true, is about the deep pockets. Yes, Rigathe Gachagua can have deep pockets. And that can be an added value to William Ruto candidate. That's the only value he can add to that. Because we have seen Ruto is always giving out money in his rallies. But the people who are tasked to give out that money to the public, they rarely give the whole amount to the people. Look at the issue of Boni Khalwale in Kakamega. Look at the issue that happened in Nyanza region, Kondele huko. Look at the issue that has happened even in Meru. People have been fighting about William Ruto money because those individuals who are being tasked to give out that money, they no longer give the whole amount. But Rigathe Gachagua will come with his money. Therefore, if Ruto will give him 1 billion to use in campaign, Gachagua can add another $500 million to it and make sure that that money is well spent so that they can have return on ballot. Otherwise, if you use these people like Boni Khalwale and the team, that money will definitely be put in the pocket. Like hawa jamaa saizi wakikolekti pesa ya Ruto, huwa wanaweka kwa mfuko wakijipanga kufanyia kampeni yao 2022. People want to get into elective position, governors kama Khalwale. He might not have campaign money. So this money, if it's given like 2 million, he might spend $500,000 or $1 million, and the remaining money, he's banking somewhere so that when the real campaign will come out, he will use the same amount to campaign. So in that way, for that reason, I think Rigathe Gachagua can add value just only to that. But the rest can be hula baloo only.